This week, Chloe talks about watching dolphins blow. Sam from Truck-It-Prayle talks about how to get away with murder down under. And I talk about trucks for once. So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to Just Another Trucking Podcast. Hello, my name is David. I will be your host today. Tom is still in hiatus. Lucky bastard, he's in Sicily. All right, he will be missed. But as always, and I mean always, even when she's not wanted, we have our gorgeous deceiver, our misleading co-host, Chloe. And you know, that's not all. We also have our beautiful producer, Nessa, somewhere. Are you here?
I'm definitely here.
There you go. There we go. Okay. So we had a little bit of technical difficulty. So we're making sure we have our producer. Now we also have a treat for you. We have a TikTok star. We have the famous Sam from Truck-It-Prayle. You can also catch his stuff on YouTube. And with the more raunchy stuff, you can get on OnlyFans. Yes? No?
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Cool. I wasn't making sure it wasn't somebody else that I subscribed to. All right. Cool. And of course, we have our loyal, wonderful Patreons in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. How are you all doing?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm absolutely great.
That's good. Good.
Feeling
Yes?
good.
We're good. What?
That's awesome.
What were you saying about me?
You're deceitful. Because you're good at lying.
Okay, that's all right then.
Remember
I was like, where's this going? my classic lies are pretty good. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah,
Oh, see,
I'll own it.
when she's lying in the what do we call it? What do we
Would
call
I
that episode
bullshit
again?
you?
Would I bullshit
Yeah.
you? Ah, that's right. Oh, I love that. I love that episode. But God, you're so good at lying. Yeah. So I used I went to thesaurus.com and I learned some new words, deceitful and
Just to brag it.
some other...
Love it. I'm gonna use it.
My missus also said to me last week, she said she thinks I'm really good at lying as well after watching that
Who are
episode.
you misses?
Yeah.
That's worrying, isn't it, when they say that and you're like, nah.
She says,
Whatever
"Damn, you
devious
accused."
things can I get up to?
It is fun.
Oh.
It
The more
is.
fun for me was when you were lying and I actually knew you were lying. So I kept asking you questions, and I thought that was like, this is like a whole different side. I'm like, ooh, this is brilliant. This is like the cops already knowing that you're guilty, and you're just trying
they're
to
just
like
trying to-
see what
Trying
Yeah.
to catch you out.
you
That
know?
was cool because I didn't pick up that you realised that that you'd seen the episode. I didn't pick up on that until I rewatched it, and I could see it in your eyes, like a light bulb went on. Oh shit! There it is. There's the tell.
So yeah.
Now, Sam, have you seen any of our episodes?
Yeah, I've seen you, but I'll be honest with you. The last one was probably quite a few weeks ago, so I'm not
We've been
right up to date.
I think we've been doing that. We've been doing that for a few months now, haven't we?
Yeah, would I bullshit you?
But
yeah.
again, but it's usually later on the show, so maybe you started off the episode and didn't quite finish it, which is fine. We do not have an episode of this today. We are going to be doing Facts of Wife, where my wife gives us a bunch of facts that we can try to guess the answers where we usually get it wrong. So that will be something to look forward to later. Now, Sam, can you remind us what you do? You're on YouTube, OnlyFans, TikTok.
Yeah, so I just want to
you're-
clarify before we go any further. My OnlyFans is purely just for my feet because they are
Oh.
amazing. But
Is that to rev the
gotcha.
engines?
He's got a camera. He's got a camera down in the pedals.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, when you're doing your movements.
that's where he does his live.
His foot's on the brake. That would be great, wouldn't it? I reckon people would love that. Yeah, go on.
my
That would be fun. Yeah.
YouTube is predominantly vlogging, but I sort of cater more to new drivers, so people that are just passed or looking at getting into the industry, and just try and sort of help as much as I can to sort of aid them through the process. And obviously, once they're actually driving, to sort of give them tips and tricks to sort of
To
be
help
on their way,
aid,
really.
yeah, and get life easier.
Now, as I am subscribed to on YouTube, but I don't watch the YouTube. I just because I do the TikTok ones.
Mhm.
Most of your TikTok is basically, I would say 90% of it is of this character.
Is it like POV?
maybe
isn't it?
Donald Trump dancing in front of a truck, and then there could be a caption.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that going on.
I feel like the TikTok I started changing it up was purely sort of memes before, just sort of funny things that truckers could relate to. Whereas now I'm sort of trying to sort of promote my YouTube channel in the TikTok, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I know. I have noticed that, right? That in your last TikTok, it was basically watch the whole video at YouTube. I used to do that, and I found those ones get suppressed a lot because you're basically telling them to go away from that website, and they have the algorithm going on to where they're recognizing that YouTube symbol, or they're seeing it somewhere. I'm like, oh, let's see what's going on here. Again, a lot of time it's just a computer that's making all these decisions, but of course it was real people who made decisions in the first place. But it is interesting what can be made viral and what can't be. You know, it's just, I have this one video that it's like, it sounds like bragging, I'm sorry, but it's got 2 million views in like 3 weeks, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's not even a difficult back. It was just a lot of people, basically it was me just setting up for a straight back. That's all it was. And like there was a little bit of obstacles, just a little bit, you know what I mean? As nothing major. There was no talking in it, there was no nothing on it. And I don't know, it just all of a sudden it just blew up. Just absolutely blew up. Didn't make any sense. All the people come like, hey, that was easy. Well, I never said it was hard.
Yeah.
It was just, it's, you know what I mean? It's like,
it's funny because you know Ashley, we used to talk on the group. And he actually done a very similar video, just literally a backup, and he got
a lot of criticism for that, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was the same thing. People just criticizing. It's like just
people,
doing a video, like
people just like to pick faults. I've noticed on like YouTube, and like anything you do on YouTube, like I follow someone that they've got like dwarfism and they've had a family, and then like you go through the comments and they're like, why have you bred when you know you've got a disability and someone's going to be a dwarf? You're like, wow. Why would you put a comment like that? I mean, that's like quite extreme, but like even just like the trucking ones, like where you just do something and you show them what you do, and they're just like, well, I could have got in there, or you know, you made that look hard or something. Yeah. You're just like, were you there?
My favorite one.
Or talk to me. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, where it's like, talk to me when you put a car in that parking lot and stuff, and then come back to me. I'm like, I'm not going to come back to you. Don't tell me what to do.
I've been doing this for 30 years. Oh, you know nothing. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. I once in a while, I get one that I've been doing this for 30 years and your content is really needed for these. I'm like, first of all, once I hear the sentence, I've been doing this for 30 years, I'm like, ugh, what crap are you going to talk to me about now? But no, when they actually compliment me, I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. Look at you. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like yeah.
They're the nice ones, they are. Yeah, normally it's a terrible one. What shit are you pulling? Or they wonder why you're recording everything, and you're like, well, I'm not. I've just recorded like 5 seconds or something. But okay.
I get a lot of the, well, why don't you do it in a real truck? A lot of times people don't realize it's an actual real truck because of all the graphics that I put into it, you know, because I actually have motion trackers and everything on the trailer. So everything kind of sticks to it. And then I have motion trackers too on the ground, so I can stabilize the ground. There's just a lot of crazy video editing that nobody even knows that I do. Yeah. Just to make it look a little bit more professional. And so a lot of times, I do. Well, try do it in real life, not in a game. And then they don't even believe you. Like, look at my other videos. and they don't want. They're sticking to their guns in this one. And it's like, oh. But anyway.
Bless them.
They don't want to be proved wrong.
No, they think they know better. You know, whatever.
They don't. You know, one thing I find, now, again, I've been driving now for over 20 years, all right? And I find that because you're working by yourself, a lot of times you reach a cap of skillness. You don't get better, or you don't discover new hacks or new tricks because you don't need to. Yeah. The stuff that you've been doing, it has worked. But you could always...
But what I will say is you do always have that odd day where you wake up and you can't reverse bullshit.
Oh, God, yeah, don't always in bloody front of everyone as well.
I do find it nerve-wracking when I do hop into a truck again. Like, sometimes it could be 6 months because I don't truck drive anymore. I'm basically a stay-at-home dad, and that's actually making more money now. It's saving money and making money, whatever. It's just than me going out and driving. You know, because the daycare is so expensive here, and you know, the little money I'm making on my social media or whatever, or the game and all that, so, but I am lucky enough to still have a job as a truck driver when I want it.
As and when you feel like it.
When I feel like
Which
it.
Which all conveniently like, oh, sorry, I can't do that weekend. Yeah.
They always seem to pick the weekend that I actually made plans to do. But when I have to reverse for the first time, oh my God, it's nerve-wracking. Like, I've done it thousands and thousands of times, that same situation, but I bloody hell get out and look. Yeah. When I normally wouldn't get out and look. It's just so weird to drive. Lucky enough, I am driving an automatic, so at least I don't have to
you don't have to worry about that bit.
How to shift gears, But
no, I have it. There's like one job that I have to go to, and they normally like they're like a waste little carrier business. So they've got like little tipper, Ford Transit tippers, and like if I go there after hours, and they're not bothered to let me get in and do it. Yeah. I have to open up, and then I have to move their little tippers out of the way. My God, I cannot drive those little things. I'm quite happy reverse the bloody lorry into this tiny little space and pick up the bin, no worries. But trying to move one of those tippers out of the way, no. It is horrible. I'm like, thank God no one's watching me right now.
You just get it's like when you're taking like your unit in for a service. Like, you're driving your Arctic and you're reversing and you're just like, yeah, got that, fine, lovely. And then you start reversing in just a single unit and you're just like,
I'm going the wrong way.
There was I rented this, I can't remember what it was, but it was a tiny little thing on a dolly. I picked it up with my pickup truck, and but it was really, really short, like and I tried backing it up, and basically, no, let's just clarify, it was probably around where the trailer axles were on it, were like 1 meter from the hitch.
Yeah.
All right. So when you reverse the tiniest little bit, jackknife, boom, done. You know what I mean? It jackknifes so quickly. There was no balancing. It was like trying to balance a matchstick on your finger, or maybe trying to balance a pencil on your finger. You know what I mean? It just falls so quickly. Yeah. It's the same thing with a short trailer.
Yeah.
But if it's a really long trailer, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's simple. You know what I mean? To kind of like, at least to maneuver it or to control it. But I always found with the smaller trailers with our big huge trucks were really hard to actually to back up.
Yeah.
Even though you need less room to back up, it's just that it goes out of control. Really quickly.
It comes around really quick. Yeah. It's quite different actually when you're not used to it. You got
a lot of people don't realize that.
You got a question from I'll let you read that name out. I'm not doing it this time.
I'm having an orgasm.
There you
go. Are the trucks over there getting more and more in the automatic side, David? Since to be a rare thing over here now. Yeah, basically, I'd nearly say that 90% of all the trucks in America now are automatics. There's such, because the company makes more money because of it, because they're spending less on fuel. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there think that I can get better miles per gallon than any computer. No, you can't. Stop saying you can, because you can't.
Yeah, computer knows.
Computers know better than you when it comes to this. They know exactly when to take it out of neutral. Sorry, when to throw it into neutral. That way you're not giving it any gas whatsoever. Oh, sorry, people hate when I say the word gas. Fuel or acceleration. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the computer is just better. So
is that coming more of a standard thing than automatics out there? Because
it is more standard. Yet you can
cars, it's standard, isn't it? But then lorries are completely opposite.
Very much so. Yeah, very much so. Over in I did find. I'm really trying to figure out what I was going to say now.
No, sorry. I'm just going to say
fill in words.
I've realised, because you say like when you do your training out there, you need like 3 weeks, don't you?
Oh yes.
And but then I suddenly realised
you have to learn how to drive.
When you learn to drive a car out there, you're just driving an automatic. So you've got to jump from an auto and then jump this big ass Arctic that's now got like 20 gears, whatever it is you've got out there.
It's roughly around 10 to 13.
Yeah, and then I exaggerate a little bit, but you know what I mean. You've got it
just a little bit.
You've got a double like clutch, and you've got a
The biggest thing I thought was the difference between European and American is when you are driving a manual, you have to double clutch. Now, you're driving a non-synchronized gearbox, which means you have to match the RPMs now.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty easy to shift up, but shifting down, you got to take it out of gear, then rev the RPMs up 400 past where you currently were at, and then you can put it into gear and try not to grind. You know what I mean? And there's just so many. It's ridiculous.
It sounds quite complicated. Yeah.
It is complicated. It is.
I think it's one of those things, though, isn't it? Like when you sort of when you start to learn to drive, it's hard, isn't it? But then obviously it just becomes muscle memory in time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I remember I did manual and I was shitting myself, stalled it around a major motorway around London twice.
Oh no! Yeah.
People were just looking at me like, I wanted to go home. But then after 2 weeks, I'd got it done. Like literally, didn't even think about it.
It's almost like something just clicks into your brain, doesn't it? And then you go, something goes smooth, and you go, oh, well, that's how it works. And then it's just, that's it. You're fluent from then on. It's that getting to that point where, like, it's even like any jobs you do, like the skip work or side of things, you either click at it straight away, or it takes you a good couple of months to click, and then you're just like, now I understand it. It's fine.
It's when you get thrown a curveball.
Yeah.
You know, where all of a sudden you're in mid shift. And you all of a sudden have to brake because someone did something stupid in front of you, or you weren't paying attention. Now you know, and it's just, like, in America, like I love the fact, like I don't love this, but in America has a lot lower horsepower than in Europe, which I found was absolutely crazy, and I couldn't believe it.
Really?
They actually have lower horsepower trucks, and I googled it and I did research, and a lot of it is Europe have your terrains are just, there's a lot more terrain going on in Europe.
Yeah.
You guys have like 750 horsepower, where we're rolling at around 450.
Yeah.
All right, give or take. You know what I mean? Give or take, depending on the trucks and all. Like if you're a heavy hauler truck, you're probably going to have a lot more.
I was going to say I would have thought you'd have bigger engines, really, because
we have the room for it.
Yeah.
We have so much run under that bonnet, you know.
Yeah.
But again, it's a lot of like they just don't need it. There was some talk as well as in like European has you got to have like a certain what's the word where you're not having pollution. I'm sorry.
Yeah, certain economic sort of.
Yeah, you know, and so wouldn't that mean a smaller engine than a bigger engine? I don't know. It was so hard to understand, but yeah, and like European trucks actually have more power, but mainly it's due to the amount of terrain that you guys got to go. There's a lot of hills.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're saying.
And it's just
but
like most of our roads are a straight line. You know what I mean? So we don't have a lot of times we don't have to slow down. You know, while you guys are constantly slowing down just for every single turn, not just corners or anything, but even windy roads and all that.
That's it.
Easier for you guys to actually get through.
Go to Milton Keynes in the UK and slowing down. There's just roundabout after roundabout.
It's the junctions, isn't it? Constantly slowing and speeding up again. It just all screws you.
Just imagine New York as a grid. You know how it is. Mm-hmm. Well, that's Milton Keynes, but instead of every junction being just a crossway of traffic lights, it's a roundabout. That's the whole of Milton Keynes.
Yeah, swing it, floor it. There's a space, floor it.
We don't. Yeah,
you got another.
So ours are
one
pretty pussy.
Another one, David.
Okay, what have we got?
Another one, David.
From I'm having an orgasm. Emissions.
No, Danny.
His truck is.
Danny says he hears a lot in that you lot in the States are going to go to 60 foot in length. I'm guessing that means on trailers, not on anything else.
I've never heard that. I can't imagine why they would. I know in some states you can go 59 feet. I think in Texas and Oklahoma, maybe. I can't remember where it is or anything, but I've never actually heard that. And I was just Googling it just yesterday about the facts between America and Europe, and there wasn't no word whatsoever in all the stuff that I saw that 60 foot was something. It's okay. I'm going to say no to that.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Whatever you heard, the reason why I'm going to say no, why that is false information you're getting, is
David's
that
made a
the
choice.
infrastructure that we have,
fuck off.
the infrastructure that we have right now is it's all set up for 53s. Is all. All right. 53 foot is the length, is the max length that the average company deals with. All right. Yes, there are some companies that know that they're going to get 53-foot trailers. It's just that there would be too many problems if they brought it to 60 foot. That's just, again, 59 is okay in certain places. but California would definitely wouldn't do it. They're very strict. New York, nah, that's not. So 60 foot isn't happening as a standard, but it will. It'll pop up in some
So
states.
it says online that it's things like Walmart are using 60-foot trailers. Is that right?
I don't know. You can go 60 foot with 2 trailers.
Yeah.
But when an actual, not would say rigid, but just one actual trailer, I can't imagine people are actually going to change to it. If it changes, it might happen in 30, 40, 50 years when they're mandatory in changing their infrastructure at the customers and all that. And like even truck stops, you couldn't have it. All right. All those truck stops. Now you got to accommodate for 60-foot trailers.
Yeah.
It can't happen. It just can't happen. It doesn't make any sense. Just because they make it law, again, in some states, you can have 59.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Right?
If you can't have it in a certain state, you're kind of screwed for where you can go, aren't you, really? If it's one state, then what's the point?
Yeah, so...
it's the same for height though as well, isn't it? Because all your bridges are built for a certain height. Because I know obviously your bridges are a lot lower than our bridges, because we can go up to 16.2.
Yeah.
Whereas yours are like...
I was reading up on that as well. There's actually no limit for you guys. There's no official limit for height from what I read. It's just that you guys gotta at least. It's just that if you go too high, you have a higher chance of it tipping over now. So you guys it's in your own best interest that you don't. Yeah. All right, but that's just what I read. I just read one article where there actually isn't, because in Europe, in the rest of Europe, it's 13.1 feet.
Don't be telling Eddie Stobarts that, because they literally take that. Literally.
Yeah,
take it as gospel.
they're the Swift of the UK, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Renowned for
preaching.
I
just I thought it was interesting that because our average, basically every state can go 13.5 feet. And basically if there's a line down the center of the country, basically, to where if you're in the west side of the country, you can go 14, and if you're in the east side of the country, you can go 13.5. And I can understand that, because there's a lot more roads happened earlier on in the east coast than there is in the west coast, so they had time to prepare. And as I'm guessing that's very, very much like Europe. Europe has shorter trailers. Was it 13.5 meters or something like that?
Something like that.
Is the max length. Now you're an actual truck driver, and so is Nessa.
Hey,
Chloe,
I am.
Chloe is.
Excuse me. I'm in an Arctic. I'm not in an Arctic. That's a lie. But excuse me. There's my truck right there. My brand new lorry. Thank you, David.
Does that have a pivot point?
No, I don't need a pivot point.
All right, so
I can drive
we have two proper truck drivers going on.
I can drive one
in
of
the
them.
podcast.
I just choose not to. I don't choose not to. You have to. But...
Hey, look at me. I drive fake vehicles on a computer that I make myself.
And technically, I drive wagon drag when I'm needed to, which is more. People say is harder than an Arctic, but
it's different. It's not harder. It's different, and you're not used to it.
Yeah, it depends what you're used to.
Is the thing. So you end up doing something different.
Yeah.
But you need more room at the same time. But you can get around corners better with it.
Can you though? No, with an Arctic you can.
You can get around with a wagon drag. You can get around corners better than you can with a proper full size truck and trailer. Mm. It's just that because the split is in the middle, all right, which makes it easier. And a lot of times your pivot point, you have 2 axles in that back trailer, and it usually a lot of time they're in the very center of the truck. Sorry, the very center of that back trailer, and it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
But
it's different, like you say, it's different, and
it's
different. All right, but I'm a real trucker, so fuck you. And of course you're I'm still a shovel loader. I did it the other day, as Truckers Joe's just asked in the chat. So I'm multi-talented, thank you. And I was in the office today, so I do a bit of everything. So I do more than you. Fuck you. You don't even get out.
Of course,
out of your house to work.
Have you thought about putting road trains on your game?
I have. No, and my new game actually has unlimited. I can just keep adding to it.
Oh, really?
And adding to it. I've had it to where I I had like 40 trailers going on, and you can't even see the back. So I tried doing the snake game.
I was gonna say,
basically where you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down.
That's what you should do.
Yeah, so I've tried
and
that.
And you should drive around a corner and keep picking up a trailer. Just keep adding to it.
So we have yet to figure out how to make it playable. And where so yes, you can. A lot of times you can't reverse them. First of all, you can't. There's no controlling that back trailer. You can barely do that with doubles where you got 3 pivot points. But it is interesting. There will be some levels to where we'll have 10 trailers, as long as you can kind of see them. You know what I mean? And your goal is just to get around them. It's just making sure that the physics are correct and that they're actually doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Now, in European Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator, you can get some mods to where you can have lots of trailers. You basically can have a road train. So I did a lot of research on that just to kind of see what it looked like. And
wing it on that one.
It is different. Like going around the roundabout is like, whoa, you got to definitely jump some curves with that truck just to make sure that the back trailer doesn't go over that center one, especially if you're like kind of basically pulling a U-turn.
But it's more like in Australia and that, isn't it? They do road trains and that sort of thing.
Now, we have 3 trailers on the back of our trucks in America at the most. I've never seen any more than that.
So they do road trains.
There is some other
out there.
It was just 3 trailers, so it's not the most. It's nothing compared to Australia. Australia have it hard. Like if you're driving 3 trailers on the back of your truck, you're going in a straight line. You're not going through the city.
No, it's literally the outback.
There's
a desert
next piece of land. There's a piece of land right next to the off ramp where you drive in.
All you got to worry about is the kangaroo that hops across.
I think basically, from what I've seen in Australia, when it's more than 2 trailers, it's usually where they're in the mines, doing the work in the mines. So they'll have routes that are just sort of jutted out so they can operate with the more trailers. Don't get me wrong, there are some that have 3 trailers, but the majority of them will be, and sticks doing.
Like they are literally for a certain purpose, and they only stick to one route for the quarry sort of thing. It's like the big quarry vehicles, then they just have that one purpose sort of thing.
Yeah. So my mate Zach, who's moved over there, Big Wheel Zach, who's also a YouTuber. Yeah. He's literally just moved from the UK over there, and he's driving the road trains at the moment. And like you say, going around
definitely check him out on YouTube. Yeah.
Different world. And
I want to do everything. I want to do every single trucking job out there. I'd love to be a logger.
That would be cool.
I've hear, that's a really easy job for me to get over here. It's just a lot of times you own your own truck, but it's a good test of your ability. It really is. And there's too many. I would love to be a tipper. I'd love to. I've only done your standard vehicle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which I'd nearly consider even a container a standard vehicle as well, because it basically does the exact same thing as a regular van or reefer trailer.
But I'm the same. I've only done what I've ever done, which is skips and waste industry style of stuff. I've never done anything else. As much as I'd like to try it, I'm happy where I am. But Sam, so what, you've got some news, haven't you, potentially? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yes. So, as I said, my friend has moved to Australia. I've been getting a lot of good sort of information and vibes about what it's like to drive over there, and me and my partner are actually looking into it at the moment. Luckily for me, she's a teacher, so she should be able to get a visa, quite well, hopefully, fingers crossed, easy, but it all depends. Like, obviously, you're gonna have to go somewhere a little bit more rural than you probably would want to at first, but it's just about sort of making that step and getting there. But
so you're gonna now, if that goes ahead, you're gonna YouTube it all, obviously. So you want to check out your YouTube channel for that.
Yes,
because that'll be cool.
Yeah, the entire flight as well.
Yeah, the whole thing, the moving, the packing.
Place the camera on the luggage on the conveyor belt.
Yeah,
like this.
Just make sure you catch it before. Yeah.
Do you know, I was actually talking to my friend about it today, and he was talking about. Have you seen those meta glasses?
Yes.
Where I didn't realise you can only record 60 seconds on them.
Oh, really? I thought you could watch full on. Right. Okay.
So you record 60 seconds, then you have to record again. So I was like, I don't know if that's any good. But I was thinking, like, at the airport, I don't really want to be holding a GoPro up to, like, the flight attendant's face as I'm taking the
Yeah.
ticket. So I
What's
thought
going on?
60 seconds
You
would
need
be
to get
good
an
for that,
Insta
right?
360.
Oh,
You need
that
to get
would
an
be
Insta
good.
360.
Yeah, they're good.
You know what that is?
No.
It basically records in every direction, and
Okay.
That's what I've
choose
got.
you choose what you look like. You look at afterwards, and what as well, it comes with a pole,
Yeah.
and you stick it up in the air, and it does not record the pole.
And
It
you could probably
records
attach
behind
that
the
to your
pole.
luggage as you walk around and behind you on a stick.
Okay.
You have an Insta 360.
Oh, Nessa's just
Nessa's showing us
randomly
that she
got
has
there.
one.
That's what
That's
I
not a
record my videos
cheap
with.
camera.
No, this was
Oh,
about
wow.
£500 when it was new.
Wow. So yeah, you get to like you could have two different. Yeah, that's really awesome. You can actually look at yourself, and
Yeah.
you can do so many things with that. I never did that. I bought a 360 camera myself, but not an Insta 360.
That's the pole, and that goes invisible when you've come to edit.
Yeah. So that's one of the great things. So if you want to get one of those, please go to justanothertruckerpodcast.com/Insta360, and where you can pick up one.
You won't get any discount, but what the fuck, hey now? What
And chances are that link isn't even there.
So you got to go
But
for a
anyway.
360 camera. That's decided. So in the future, YouTube 360 done. So you got to film all the boxes, everything.
my brother and sister,
Yeah.
my younger brother and sister, they're both citizens of Australia. Now they're Irish, and basically as soon as my brother got his citizenship, he moved back to Ireland, just to have the option. Again, just because he needs to, there's no point of, he's already living there forever. You know what I mean? And he was so close to getting it, but he really wanted to move home and start a family in Ireland.
Right.
Because my parents are in Ireland, and it's just easier to have parents and family
100%.
when you're having kids. Now my sister's still there now. She got her citizenship a lot later than my brother did. But when they moved there, they had to do a lot of rural work. They had to do they were farmers. They basically had to do farm work.
Yeah.
It was mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the rules that you got to do.
They have changed that recently.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, so it was, if you went there on a working visa, the first year you could work what you wanted, but if you wanted to stay on, the second year you had to do farm work.
Yeah.
But they've actually just changed that now, so you don't actually have to do the farm work anymore.
Oh, okay.
So you get.
I'm sure that made a lot of farmers unpleasant, so they lost that one. I kind of like the idea. You end up getting I actually like that. You know what I mean? It kind of like
learn the culture.
You got to do some hard work.
Yeah,
some proper manly work.
And you're living out there. Yeah.
Well.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. Shows your commitment. I like that. Like my sister learned just a couple of skills. She drove a tractor.
Yeah, which you wouldn't get before. That's pretty cool.
I think my brother, then he was on a forklift or some kind of something along that lines when he was there. So it's just you're forced to learn a skill, and I'd love to throw my kids into a place where they have to be forced to do something, learn something more than what they're doing.
Get away from the tablet.
Excuse me? North Korea. Oh, that would be so awesome. Oh.
So, Sam, when you get out, if and when you get out there, would you go onto your truck? How would you go? Would you do truck driving? I take it. I imagine you'll speak to Zach or whatever.
Yes. So trucking is what I want to do predominantly. Obviously, it's sort of my passion.
Yeah.
I don't know how quick I'd get straight onto. I don't know if I'd do something in the interim.
I was going to say, have you then got to do like another retest? Like if we move to America, you'd have to do your CDL or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's not quite as complicated as it would be moving to America. You do have to do a test, which is the HC test.
Yeah.
Heavy combination. But yeah, it's sort of, I don't know. With Australia, they're very laid back, very chilled out, but hard working at the same time. It's a really odd mix. Like
it sounds like quite a good mix, though. It's like the right amount of everything.
Yeah, they're kind of like, yeah, cool, yeah, no worries, yes, fine. But you are going to do 90 hours this week.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not looking at it as if it's going to be some easy feat. Like it's going to be hard work, and yeah, I don't know. I just have to weigh out my options when I get there. But I definitely want to.
It's a lifestyle as well, isn't it? It's completely different.
That's it.
Now you're going to be on the the more rural side of Australia and the west coast.
That's right.
The east coast is where everything's at, but you want to get away from that. So
Yeah.
at least the land will be probably cheaper, because the land in Sydney, to buy a house in
It's
Sydney,
expensive.
it's just something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. I don't even know how. It doesn't make any sense. I know it's expensive where I'm at too, but
Yeah.
it's a whole new level.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean-
it's like compared to to New York.
I mean,
It's just
I've got a friend that lives in Sydney, and he's been asking me to go over there and work there, and I'm just like, it's not me. I live near London. I want to get away from the hustle and bustle. I want to
Yeah.
be more rural and take on a bigger change, like the road trains. Yeah, you do get them in Sydney, but not
Not the
Not in the
same as what
same.
you would get out. Yeah.
that you would
Can
get
you
in.
imagine moving to Sydney from London as well? You'd be like hot and sweaty in London, and then you move out there, and it's just worse with spiders and more heat. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, the spiders. Well, you got to remember now, the climates are opposite. Because I went there during Christmas
Mhm.
one time, and
It's
it
hot
was
there summer.
gorgeous,
Mm.
ridiculous weather. But the spiders, Jesus Christ, all bloody mighty! They're
everywhere.
they're not what you just imagine the worst. And
Yeah.
just imagine the worst, and that's what
Yeah.
you're going to get.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, they're just my god. Did I tell you the time where I knocked my sister down one time? I was walking.
Yeah,
Me and her
yeah,
were
you
walking.
did. Yeah, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We were walking on the beach. Well, actually, towards the beach, and it was at nighttime because I just got off the airplane. I was like, the first thing I want to do was go to a Sydney beach, basically. And we were kind of staying around there for that night. So I walked down, and I walked into I already saw a couple of spiders, and like, holy shit! And then I walked into a cobweb, and I knocked her down. I ran behind myself. And I knocked her flat, her ass down to the ground. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Just like, I'm sorry, because they're multicolored. You don't get multicolored spiders in Ireland and England. All right, when they're just
Multicolored means dangerous.
I feel like it does. It absolutely does. But yeah, it turns out that Nessa was just giving us, informing us on how much it's going to cost to actually apply for an application. And it's like nearly $8,000, $8,000. Like you're going to go broke.
You're not guaranteed to
bloody
be
hell.
accepted either. So you could lose
I
all
always
that
thought
money.
there was like, I always thought that you had to have a certain amount of money in your bank account before you moved over, so you wouldn't apply for
yeah, so you can
whatever it's
start
called,
go with that even. Yeah.
for the government money and all that kind of stuff, and it is geez, that's a lot of money, and he's going with it. He's got 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah, but then is that not like a
That's,
family visa kind of
you get a
thing?
family
I
discount?
don't know. I would have thought so because
Yeah.
you're doing it as one application, aren't you? But it's a lot of money.
I suppose you're right. Yeah, now the kids. So you have a 5-year-old.
Me, no,
Is that
I
right?
have twins, and they are 3 years old. But obviously, by the time we
3.
move, they'll be about
3
4.
years old.
Yeah, 2 girls.
Okay.
2 seconds.
So if you guys ended up moving, eventually you get a nice Australian accent.
Yeah, so they would be growing up with an Australian
Oh,
accent.
they
for
would
sure.
little be little Aussies.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
I would love.
Us with our ethnic
I
accents,
hear-
and them too if then it was the accents. We were like,
Yeah, but you would pick it up as well. That's the thing. You would pick it up as well.
You wouldn't pick up too much of one.
you do
You've
to an
lived
extent.
long enough
So-
now where you.
So my auntie and that lived in Australia, and my cousins. So obviously all my cousins on that side were Aussie, and my auntie and uncle, they'd been out there for a good 20 years. So they sound full on Aussie as well, and they're from London.
yeah, but
Oh, they are. All
they
right.
might sound full Aussie to you, but to actual Aussies, they probably don't.
No, this is true.
Shit.
This
So
is
like,
true
it's
story.
like David, he's got a little bit of a twang, but you can still tell he's Irish. Mate, how long have you been there, David?
23 years.
Exactly, yeah.
Once in a while, I'll get a comment from somebody on my YouTube channel like, "You from Cork?" I'm like, that's like the best comment I could possibly get. Not just knowing that I'm from Ireland, but knowing exactly where in Cork that I'm from Cork. And like, we do have I always found that the Cork accent and the Dublin accent are the 2 strongest accents.
Yeah.
Where they're, fucking Dublin accent. Of course, the most famous Dublin accent I feel like right now is Conor McGregor. His Dublin accent is
I
something.
say,
Yes,
how do you do it
yes,
again then,
wow.
David? Can you do it? Can you do it again?
Go on away now, will you? I fucking brain you. Come on, come on to the ring, will you? Come on now. Anyway, sorry, but
Pretty good.
anywho, so yeah, accents. I would love to hear. I would love to have my kids. None of my kids will have Irish accents, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
They've got that boring American accents, and it's just like,
Oh, David,
But is it? Have you ever
did your
seen?
better half notice your accent?
She doesn't hear it
Yeah,
anymore.
but she said that's how you got landed. Literally.
Oh, that's right. Well, people know I'm Irish. They know that
yeah.
I have the accent, But as in like it's well. I'm just saying, for the kids' point of view. Sorry, kids are never going to have that Irish accent, which is disappointing. Is what I'm saying. Like she didn't land me because of her American accent.
No, but
it's
the
just...
conversation starter, was it?
Oh, but she did actually. Yeah, I think she said she actually knew I was. She knew I was from Cork or something. I can't remember. Like the first time I met her, I don't remember. I wasn't drunk.
You should have moved back to Ireland until the kids are older now, and then moved back to America so they had your accent.
So then they're proper Irish.
I know, right? I know. I did it with my younger kids. My older kids. We did live in Ireland for a year because after 9/11 we were like, fuck this place, let's go. And literally that was the reason. I was like, yeah, we didn't feel safe. We was like, you know what? Now is a good time to actually move over. So we went and moved over, and then she didn't get along. She felt not one that say unwanted. She just didn't.
She was dating someone the first time you met. Is what she said.
I'm talking about my wife. My first
oh, my
wife.
bad.
I'm sorry.
I'm lost.
Yeah. No. no. I'm just
not zoned out or anything.
I
lost.
Oh, sorry. Just to go back, you were saying about the cost of getting there. You
yes.
do usually have. Sorry, I was. Yeah.
No. We were talking about that. You ran away.
It's basically you do have to have a certain amount of money in the bank. It's only actually $20,000, which I don't think is a lot. I think that's like $10,000.
Okay.
But if we go on a teacher's visa, she actually gets quite a lot of perks for that. They pay for the flights for all of us, which is amazing.
Wow. Well, the whole family. Yeah.
It's the whole family.
Yeah.
They pay for a 45-foot container to be shipped over.
I thought you meant to load you in then. That's how you get over there.
They pay that much? That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff you could fit in there.
Exactly.
In a 45. That's
you could bring your whole life.
Of course, a 45-foot. That is as big as trailer as you guys can haul over there.
Yeah, it is.
In our.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's between 12 and 13 meters, isn't it?
That's it.
So you can take a lot of stuff.
You don't even need half of that trailer.
No, we'd probably just put like our clothes in there and be like, well, that was a waste.
How long would it take though? How long would it take to ship that over? Surely it could be a couple of months.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I suppose.
Presuming it doesn't fall into the ocean.
Lost forever.
Pirates.
We're not paying for it, so it's fine.
I'd probably get it sent out before we go to a friend, because obviously we've got people over there now. So probably do that so it's there for when we arrive. So have to look into that later on down the line. But yeah, also the government on the scheme, the sponsorship, they pay for your accommodation for 8 weeks for free.
Yeah.
And then after that, your accommodation is subsidized, because obviously you're gonna have to rent, because you can't really. We can buy it, but you can't really buy a house without paying an immense amount of tax until you're a permanent resident.
Oh.
Do you think you'd be on the fast track to permanent residency because your wife's a teacher?
Yeah.
Wife, it is a wife, isn't it?
Wife in 2 weeks.
Oh,
okay.
No way!
Congratulations.
Yeah. So fiance right now, but yeah, that's another story.
How long she been your fiance for?
Don't ask me these questions. She's gonna watch this.
She remember this one. Come on.
So when I proposed,
make or break point.
So actually, no, that's actually easy to remember. So it's been a year now. So it was when we was in Canada in August. 2022.
Oh, do you know what? I think I remember seeing some posts about this. Actually, I do remember that now. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, because we're going through this visa process, we're actually getting married here in a registry office.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be there. It's just literally we're signing the
Good
paperwork.
plan. Yeah.
So we can get all the dots and the I's all crossed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we're
Which will
actually
help you.
flying out to Canada for our actual wedding. So we've booked like a ceremony and that there.
To have
So
a
it's kind
party
of
out
like-
there.
Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And we're sort of full. No, I'm moving to Australia. It's all a waste of money going to Canada.
No, you've got to have
But-
fun, haven't you? And see family
Yeah.
and that. It's good. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's it.
It'll be fine.
Have you traveled? Have you done a long travel with the kids yet?
Yeah, so we did.
You just did you?
2022, they were 2 years old, and we did a 9-hour flight with them.
Oh,
How did that go?
this sucks.
And they gave us, do you know what? They gave us this really false sense of security on the way out there. They were like,
They, meaning the kids,
the
did.
twins, yeah. So they were
Yeah.
as good as gold. They played, they slept for most of the flight. And we was like, this is a doddle. Nah, I'm not even worried about going back. On the
Right.
way back, oh my God, I wanted to shoot myself. It was.
Or shoot them.
Well, yeah. They just
Can't get away with that on the
screamed,
plane.
cried. They didn't sleep a wink, and yeah, it was just probably one of the worst experiences
Yeah.
of my life.
Our flight.
Oh, one
Our
of the
flight
worst
to,
experiences for
to-
you, but then can you imagine the poor people sat next to you? I bet they were like fucking children.
Oh, no, fuck them. Fuck them. I'm sorry. All right, you have to ignore them, and it is way more unpleasant
Yeah,
for
you
us.
do
than
get a
it is
lot
for
of
Yeah.
unpleasant people.
All right, as a
Yeah.
parent, I mean, it's like we just went to Ireland there less than a year ago, and I can't remember. He was like 3 or 4 months old. The baby was, and the other guy, the older kid, was
The
3
older
years
guy.
old, and it was an absolute bloody nightmare. It really was. I can't remember which was worse, going there or going back, but we're not going to do it again till they're a lot older. All right, for at least another 2 years, because they don't want to sleep. You know, we even got them air mattresses so they could relax on the so they could at least get comfortable sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The air mattress basically has a leg, a kind of an inflatable leg to where that rests on the ground, and then the main part of it is on the seat. You know, so we had 2 of those. On the way there we only had 3 seats. On the way home we had 4 seats. So we got lucky on the way
Yeah.
home because we only bought 3 seats. We're like hoping that
But no one else turned up.
you know, yeah, and a lot of it that way was only a half full.
I think,
flight,
like you
but,
say, you
no.
are, as the parent, you are more conscious of how they're acting and behaving and when they're being noisy, and you over stress about it. And quite often, if you got nice people sat next to you, they're fine normally. But yeah, you do over worry about it.
Well, we did have a nice enough person over. Yeah, she said, don't worry, but I got grandkids. I've done, yeah, like you do what you have to do, you know, and that was great, you know. So, yeah, flying with kids though. What the worst part of it was the jet lag for the kids. It lasted like a
Oh
week,
no!
and it was just the worst.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, you know, it was just a nightmare, and it took forever for them to actually get used to it. It didn't matter what time we put them to bed; they were awake at that usual time. You know, it was just like, it was like an hour every day. It worked out. You know, it got a little bit better.
You
But
should have just forced them to stay awake.
yeah,
You will stay awake all day.
Oh, we actually did that when the first night we got there. We tried to force him to stay awake, and yeah, more for us. It didn't work out.
Yeah, but it might help in the long run. You know, makes life a little bit easier. The stressful
Yeah.
night.
I think because we went to see family as well. It was they sort of took the kids and was like, yep, deal with them. That's fine. So it made it a lot easier for us. But
Yeah, that is
And,
better.
don't
Ah.
flow 3-year-olds.
I'm gonna
2-year-olds.
I'm going to not change the topic right now. Well, yeah, I'm going to change the topic. I meant to bring this up before we started talking properly, but I have a bit of a beef with the 2 of you guys and Tom.
Why? What have we
Okay,
done?
now, I don't have a beef. I don't have a beef with you, Sam. It's just the podcast that I missed there a couple of 2
Hang
weeks
on a
ago.
minute. You chose
kept-
not to turn up. That sounds like a you problem.
That doesn't matter. No.
Okay, all right,
Whatever.
go on,
It's
bring
just
it.
apparently they were talking about trucks the entire time.
Oh yes.
And and thanks very much, David, for not showing up because and like we finally got to talk about trucks.
Oh, we totally
And
blamed
like
you.
this trucking podcast, and David doesn't allow. I go fuck yourselves. All right, 'cause, it is not me who chooses the topics.
No, it's not.
All right, I just once in a while bring up the fact when you start talking facts and figures and particular trucks, and it's just like it goes right over my head. And anybody who doesn't really talk about. But anyway, there was a few times I wanted to bring up some stuff that while listening to that podcast, I'm like, oh, I could have added to that one. Okay, so you guys were talking about parking tickets. All right, and sometimes it's better to have a parking ticket than to actually, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to talk about my biggest parking ticket I got was $439.
David, have you taken notes?
Oh, I took notes.
You skipped. You skipped through and just took a few notes and thought, that'll do it. Make you look like I watched the whole damn thing.
It's been brewing.
No, I don't know, Ash. Okay, so we actually have you guys. So Nessa, you were talking about your somebody slammed their brakes in front of you on the roundabout.
Yeah, I posted the video as well.
Was it something like that?
It was like on a junction.
Right, but as in like how fast were you going?
Like not fast, like 20.
Yeah, it wasn't very fast.
20 miles an hour. But I think 20. Okay, but if you're going 60 miles an hour or 56 miles an hour, you 3 seconds is what you're allowed.
Oh, he's going to criticize you, David.
Is that right?
I did have a 3-second gap. Did you watch the video?
You need more than that.
Not with an empty trailer.
You need a little bit more than that.
Not with an empty trailer, you don't.
An empty trailer, you need more of a gap.
You don't.
Because now you have less pressure on your tires.
No.
The heaver you are, the quicker you can stop.
David, shut up.
All right? Because
bullshit.
I'm not listening. I'm going to mute you.
So anyway, so there we go on that one. With regards to not calling and reporting something because you got to cover your tracks, whatever. I can't remember who was talking about that, but there was one time I actually got sideswiped by a car. I was on the freeway. I got sideswiped, and I parked. Once I saw the accident, like they did no damage to my trailer, and you drove off. I parked on the freeway, and I went back to them, and I saw that there was nothing, and I went over to them. Hey, by the way, you did no damage to me. If you want, we don't have to report this or anything. And they were like, oh, cool. Let's not do that. But of course.
Oh no.
10 minutes later, I get a phone call from the police. You know, they called my company, and it's like, you fucking bastard, because they basically lied. I can't remember what you guys were. I can't remember what you guys were talking about, but it has something to do with where you got to make sure you're always
covering your ass,
recording shit, covering your ass. And I should have covered my ass. I should have taken a picture. I should have done that. I was trying to be a nice guy. Yeah, but they called my company, and the company called the cops, and the cops called me, and I was like, and they were like. I was like, no, I did stop. What are you talking about? I didn't do a hit and run. I'm like, no, I pulled over. I looked at, there was no damage done to my trailer whatsoever. I couldn't even tell where they hit me, you know? And I saw their damage. All their windows were broken on their side. And I went ahead and I said, you know, carry on, blah, blah, blah. So I told the cop, I was like, no, I pulled over. I asked him what was going on. I told him, like, we don't have to report this, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, carry on then.
Oh, so they were fine with it.
You know,
that's bloody
they were fine with it. They believe me. I was like, yeah, because like, how could I have done it? You know, they're just, you know, but anyway, so that was nice of them. But you know, so I don't mind talking trucking stuff. This is my whole point now, right? I love talking trucking. I've got lots of trucking stories
back
to talk
going,
about.
oh man, I'm really gutted I'm not on this one. I'm gonna put some pointers down and remind them about it.
That's you nailed it.
What you just
absolutely nailed it. All right, I have no problem talking about trucks. I am not the instigator of non-trucking topics
kind of
and all that kind of stuff. Well, you're the guys who don't bring up the topics. Oh,
yeah.
grass.
How is your lawn?
The grass is coming along right nicely. My wife, she has a beautiful view of the front lawn right now outside her office, and like, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. I'm glad I put the effort in. You know, but
I'm really proud of you.
Okay, no more.
But no more grass talk.
All right, how about this instead? How about we do facts?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. I have no idea what the topic or whatever it's what she's going to be facting about. What's the word? What are facts? All right, let's jump to the first one.
Hello, my good friends. This week for facts, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, serial killers. So let's start with the definition. How many people do you have to kill to be considered a serial killer?
Oh, that's a good question.
10. Aaron?
I'm going to say 5.
Hang on, what was that? How many people do you have to kill?
How many people do you have to kill to be before you're a serial killer? Now, surely you have to do the serial killing.
I know the answer to this one.
Surely.
You know the answer.
You already know the answer to this one?
Yeah.
Okay, don't give it yet. Don't give it yet then.
I watch a lot of True Crime.
I'm going to say 5.
To be a serial killer, I'm going to say 6.
Now, are you a serial killer if you blow up a building full of people?
I thought you were generally asking
Well, no,
if
then
I was
you're
a serial killer then.
Yeah, you're a serial killer. No, then you're a terrorist. Surely, if you blow up a building, you're a terrorist.
You're still a serial killer.
Like what?
I think that's
What's the
mass murder
definition of
rather
a
than
serial killer? Where you got to...
I
Do
think
you have to kill one person at a time?
I think to be a serial killer, you have to kill a certain amount of people over a certain time, don't you? Over a certain time period.
All right. Okay. Let's find out what the answer to that one is. All right. Well, before Sam,
What's the answer, Sam?
give us your answer.
I like a proper idiot if this is wrong, but I don't care. Because what I believe it is anyone that's killed more than 3 people.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
3.
Oh,
There we go.
3.
Sam is our expert.
I worry a bit why you're an expert. Have you literally killed 2 and gone, I don't want to make it to 3 because then I'm a serial killer.
Why do people want to move to Australia?
The plot thickens.
All right.
Outback's a wonderful place.
All right. Let's find out what the next one is.
Of all the serial killer murders in the world, what percentage happened in America?
So
Yeah,
of all the
of them?
serial killers in the world, what percentage happened in America? Oh my goodness.
Sorry, repeat that.
Of all the serial killers who's ever been, what percentage of them happened in America?
I don't think it's that many. It's a big country, obviously.
Percentage. I'm gonna go with 70.
This is out of the whole world, but a percentage.
America's a
it's
fucked
like
up place.
1 or 2, maybe.
I don't think it's
1%?
going to be as high as you think. I think
Look how big Russia is. There's
Well-
way more
Yeah.
murder over there.
I'll
What
tell you
about
for now.
China?
Sam knows again. He knows his
Canada.
murder facts.
I'll tell you for now, a lot of the true crime I listen to, a hell of a lot of serial killers come from Australia. Why?
Oh, and you're moving there. Is this why you're now moving there?
Spiders, serial killers.
I mean, well, you know what they say about Australia. They're all ex-British convicts, so it kind of makes sense, I guess.
So you're going to go join him.
Oh, yeah, it actually does make sense, doesn't it?
I'm
So
gonna
what
go
percentage? I'm going to go
63%.
13. I'm going 13.
13%.
Yeah, just a random number.
I like
I'm
this
still going.
really
I'm
low.
still going to stick with the what did I say? I'm going to say 60.
Okay.
All right, Nessa.
I'm going to
What do we
say
got
2.
from you?
2.
2%.
Yeah,
No.
I think it's
Let's
low.
see how far off I am.
70.
70?
Shit and hell, is it really?
70%.
I said 63.
Didn't I say 70 at
I
first?
said
You did,
63.
yeah.
I think I did say 70. I just forgot what my answer was. Again, your answer. I kind of think I dipped down to 60 because I felt stupid because of all your guys' comments.
Yeah.
But
Someone in the chat saying
I am
still can't
never
hear.
going to America.
Sorry, Sam.
Someone in the chat saying still can't hear.
Yeah, apparently the chat can't hear the questions and answers, so we're just repeating it for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I would come back in, like basically restart your phone or restart your chat. And other than that, then we can't really help you out. Cool. All right, let's go with the. Hold on, I gotta put a marker here. I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta read these. Can't hear everything. So weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
we'll just
guys.
repeat it for you anyway, and you'll
This is what
hear
sucks with the editing is that I have to insert every single question now.
it. Oh no.
Okay. No,
Oh,
no.
no.
Nah, fuck it. I'll make messages. Okay. All right. I'm going to ignore. Okay. Okay. So I'm just logged in. Sorry, I'm late. All right. Mel. We're talking. We're talking
Serial
serial
killers.
killers. Okay. All right. Back to the
Good
show.
topic
Okay,
for me.
let's go. We got this. We just talked about 70%. Sorry, we said.
Mhm.
All right. Oh shit! Hold on. a
I can see
second.
my face.
I can see
I know you
two
can.
of your faces.
Ah! I ended up closing the chat. There we go. Media. All right. So let's move to the next question.
Now,
Okay.
what country has the highest number of serial killers per capita?
No
So,
gold.
what country has the
capita.
biggest serial killers per capita? What does that mean?
Australia, 100%.
I don't know.
Australia, gotta be.
Does that just mean where's got the most serial killers?
Oh, okay.
No, so it means,
Based on the
what it
population,
means-
is it?
Yeah, so based on the population, what population has the most serial killers for the amount of population
Trucker
they
Joe's put Scunthorpe.
have?
Oh, okay. All right. So oh god.
So, like Liechtenstein, that's technically a country, yeah.
Who?
Who?
Liechtenstein, is it
Are you just
Liechtenstein?
thinking of a random
that.
place? I'm going
You-
for this
you
place
heard
where
it.
they've got lots of murderers.
Liechtenstein.
Lich.
It's like the smallest country, Liechtenstein. Is it?
Liechtenstein.
Oh, are you
Liechtenstein.
going with a
Liechtenstein.
smaller
Yeah.
population so that?
I'm just saying, if you
Do you know
have
what-
one serial
Do you know
killer
what I'm
there,
going with?
all right, that's really
What's
high.
that
For
country
minute.
where they've got a bunch of cannibals? I bet they have more murderers. There you go.
Cornwall.
No, that's just
Sorry,
over the
I know
border.
it's
I bloody hope
crazy.
not. No. Where is it? There's a country that has or little village, and they've got loads of cannibals. So they murder people.
not
They're
even-
more killers than anything.
Isn't that like a place where we're not even allowed to visit?
Yeah, because you go over there and get
Yeah,
eaten.
where it's just one of the most hardest places for people to actually to go. Yeah. Okay. Per capita, I would have to say London. No, London's really big. Shit. Sorry. There's actually, I forgot. There's actually quite a lot of people living in England.
Oh, is it in
Country
England?
as well,
not
What, is
Australia.
it a county in England?
I'm going to say Australia myself,
Yeah.
because Australia has actually a low population, but a lot of weird shit happens there. All right. Okay.
I'm going New Zealand for the fun of it.
Colombia.
Ooh,
Really? Oh,
I didn't hear that.
Colombia.
Colombia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that checks
Colombia.
out.
Does it though?
All right.
Well, yeah, you got the cartel, the drug dealers. There's a lot of what we wouldn't
Okay.
consider sort of serial killer, but there's a lot of people that have killed a lot of people.
Okay.
So
I'm
yeah, that
not
is
going
interesting.
there.
Some people are serial killers to where it's like mysteries who did it and all that kind of stuff. But you got some people who are just like, yeah, okay, you're dead. You're dead, you're
So
dead.
Colombia's just like, well, if
because-
you're not a killer, something's not right. Because we're mostly killers.
But I'm just saying, is like, are you considered a serial? It's just a lot of people might not even consider themselves a serial killer, because killing is just something you
Yeah,
do.
so it's
Like in Colombia, in Mexico, where they got the cartels and all that kind of stuff. But are you still considered a serial killer? I just feel like when you're a serial killer, you're like a psychopath or a
Focused
sociopath
on
or
killing.
something, or there's something wrong with you.
whereas them it's just
But,
part of
if you're just-
their job.
Yeah, a rite of passage.
Oh, who did you
Yeah,
kill
that's
today?
right.
2, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. The other guy might not be dead yet. We'll see. That might be on tomorrow's tally. All right, let's with the next one.
Now, I'm assuming this statistic comes from America, but what is the average number of serial killers you walk by in your
I
life?
murdered my toilet this morning.
What is the average? What is the average number of serial killers you'll walk
Did
by
you,
in
Sam?
your life? I don't know if I
That is
want to
someone put it in
know
the chat.
this. Yeah, no, I have noticed that.
How could they possibly?
Murdered toilet.
How could they know that? Like there's so many serial killers out there that the people are. So to be a serial killer, you obviously had to do it, but it could be a potential serial killer. You know.
Yeah,
sorry,
is
they haven't
it?
done it yet.
I missed the
Oh.
question. Say again.
So, how many in on average? How many serial killers will an average person walk across or walk past in their lifetime?
In your lifetime.
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, how do you know these
Okay,
ones?
what's the answer?
No, don't tell us yet. That's not fair.
So, I think it's 1 in 9 people have walked past a serial killer. So I don't know how you'd work that out in.
So, for a group of 9,
what?
if someone
it's
walked
like
around the corner, they'd
1
meet a
in
serial
9.
killer.
Yeah, it's
So-
really shocking.
0.9%.
I don't know if that's just the statistics for America or whether that was general, but I think it was just America.
I'm going to say 11 on that basis. That's a high number.
That's
11 serial
probably quite
killers.
accurate.
I'm saying
Now
11.
we're doing a lot less walking nowadays, and in America, most people don't walk from place to place; they drive from place to place. It's not a very
Don't
it's not
get
a very
technical
walkable country.
with walking and driving, David.
You just imagine,
It's
right?
crossing paths with. That's all.
Just imagine you go to like Las Vegas, right? You the amount of people you walk past. The chances are you might walk past a serial killer.
Or you're
That's
out
a
in your
lot of
truck
people.
and you drive to go and fuel up. You might walk past a serial killer truck driver.
I'm gonna go 9.
Or stop at a lay-by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go 15 myself.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go 6.
You're gonna be so way off.
36.
36.
That's quite a lot.
36.
Holy shit, that's
in
crazy.
America.
Like I'm gonna be looking around now. Every time I walk by somebody, I'm like, "Are you a serial killer?" They wouldn't tell you probably either. If you asked them, every single person, like there might be one person like, "Yep, I am," and I know your face now. Click, I have to take a picture of you and like. Yeah. Anyway,
Guys,
Wow.
36.
I broke the seal. Give me 2 seconds.
Can I
Drinking.
just say, it is 36 in America. In the UK, it's 11. So I was right for
Right.
UK
You
standards.
were right for UK.
Holy shit, that is
Wow.
quite frightening, isn't it? Can you imagine
That is.
36 people that you've ever walked past have
I'm having an
Kill somebody more
orgasm.
than
It's
once.
like they say if you stand at Trafalgar Square in London for 20 minutes, someone will walk past you that you know. Really?
Oh, 20 minutes?
No.
Well, yeah,
Not that
I presume you have to be
live
from that
in
area.
London, surely.
Well, surely
I
wouldn't.
can walk around bloody
There was-
Exeter for 2 hours and I won't meet anyone I bloody know.
Well, are you on your phone?
No, David. I'm walking
Okay.
around actively.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people that have their head down nowadays.
Well, they're
you know?
saying that. Do you know what I did do? I was doing vehicle checks the other day, and like your vehicle checks are on my phone now. And I was looking down at my phone, and I didn't realize my hook was out on my lorry. And I walked around my truck, and I went boom, straight in the middle of the forehead. I proper like bang, like bounced off it as well. And I was like,
Oh.
I
Did
was
you
like one
say
of those
sorry to
idiots.
it then? 'Cause
You
you
know, when you're
bumped
looking
into
at your
someone?
phone. Yeah, I was one of those idiots that looked like I was looking at my phone and just went boom. Sorry, it just reminded me of
Have I
that.
done that? I'm sure I have done something ridiculous like that as well.
Yeah.
I think we all have, haven't we? But there's nothing better than those
I
ones
bloody
where
hope
they're,
so.
they walk into a fountain or something,
Yeah, just
And it's
topple
just
over.
like, yeah, and then the security guards are having a good laugh. All right, let's
Hey,
let's move on to
Truck-It-Prayle,
the
not
next.
everyone is related in Exeter. We're not inbreds. Thank you. Pointing that one out. I'm not from Exeter anyway, so it's all good. Go on then, next one.
What is the estimated number of active serial killers in America at any given time?
What?
Jesus Christ!
Hang on, what was that? What was the most active amount of serial killers at any given time?
Yeah, basically, yeah. All right, Sam, what do you think?
Is this?
Are we talking about America again? Yeah, did she bring up? Was it America?
Yeah.
Or is this the world?
Yeah,
All right.
America.
it's got to be in the 70s.
All right.
If it's
It's
in
gotta be
America, it's got to be
70%.
more.
This is interesting. I'm really gonna like maybe.
If you're
not look at my
walking
phone when
in
I'm walking around
America
anymore.
and you walk about 36 past average in your lifespan, so at any given moment, there's going to be a lot, surely. Wasn't
All
there?
right, so let's say there's 370 million people in America, okay, and that's alive. All right, obviously there's been serial killers from the
That
start of
killed it.
time, but at any given moment, like, I'm gonna say 300 million.
Oh, that's a lot at any given minute.
That's a joke.
Moment. Oh,
That would mean only 70 million people are not.
sorry.
So how many states are there again? It's 50...
50,
50.
52,
So
51st, 50. There's 50 states. I don't need anybody to correct me.
569.
111,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm gonna say 200. That's 200. Simple 200.
I'm going to go with 520.
Oh, okay. Let's find out what that.
Conservative estimates are 25 to 50, but one guy, this serial killer detector, who has done painstaking research on murder, estimates there are currently 2,000 active serial killers in America.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I don't believe that guy. But,
You hope that guy's not real.
I like the first answer because that means I'm correct.
Yeah.
An expert.
He's an
Oh, come on.
expert, so we can't believe it.
I consider myself an expert in truck driving, and I don't know shit. I make up so much.
Blag
stuff.
it.
You know.
How much was
Don't
it?
even drive a truck, David.
What was it? What'd you say, Sam?
I say, well, how many was it?
Would the answer? Well, it started. Some people say 25 to 50, but it's one expert
It's one
says
guy.
it could be 2,000 active serial killers at one time in America. So yeah.
So I
I
remember
like the
hearing
first answer.
that there was like 12 in every state, minimum.
Wow. Let's not to move.
I
to
still think you
America.
can be a serial killer in your head, but never kill anybody. Like it's there.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
could
You have-
definite.
I think everyone's had
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you have the ability, you have the want, but you understand that you are a serial killer.
I
and
think
don't
every
do
truck
it.
driver has that every day on the road. Don't they?
Right now, I can
Hell
just
yeah.
drive you and kill you all.
I keep thinking about there's this turn I make. Like today, I went to Home Depot. You know what a Home Depot is? It's just a.
It's just like a bargain.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's this particular turn. Every time I pull out of it, I always think of this one situation where I was trying to make a left-hand turn across traffic, and a bicyclist came down, and he was because I'm trying to inch my way out, and I'm trying to see past everybody, whatever, right? But I'm actually in the bike lane, and he comes up and and just basically calls me a moron, and then drives by. I'm like, I wanted to back up, get out of my car, and chase after him. But I would be more like a tiny dog chasing after a car. You know what I mean? It's just that's the initial reaction I get. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you for insulting me for something that I was obviously dumb enough to do in the first place. You know, like, but then I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. And like, you know, that's the handy thing about flipping people off when they do something stupid. Like, you're already going at a speed to where, you know, you can't actually they can't do anything about it.
Not unless
you know?
you drive at him and take him out. Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
All right. Let's move on to the next question.
How often might you get away with murder in the U.S.? This is a percentage.
How often might you get away with murder?
I say 50% of the time.
I mean, it can't be that easy. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it, wouldn't they?
Depends what you mean.
Well,
like,
no,
this day and age,
that's a
or-
very good comment, Chloe. I do believe that people don't do it because they know it's wrong, morally wrong. You know what I mean? I think most of us actually have a moral compass, basically. You know what I mean?
The biggest question I've got is, right, how the
Yeah.
fuck do they know if people got away with it or not?
Well, this is a true
Well,
story.
they're unsolved mysteries. Basically,
Yeah,
they probably
yeah.
take the unsolved mysteries and like, okay, there's a John Doe, there's a Jane Doe, John Doe. You know,
There
and
is
yeah,
a lot
that's
of
just
unsolved murders. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
so
point.
yeah, 97% is actually quite high. That's like kind of like just because this number is high, guys, doesn't mean that you should do it. Anybody listening, like, oh, I could totally, you know. But if you're planning on killing your spouse, chances are you're the number one suspect.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is a
Just-
true story.
So if you're
Yeah.
just don't do that.
Don't
All
go
right?
for the easy ones. Go for the weird, like the ones where you
Go
pick up
for
some random
randoms.
stranger. Yeah, some random stranger. Pick them up and off you go. That reminds me, actually, I feel Tom and Kaylee should explain this one. Nessa, did you see the story that Kaylee posted on her Facebook about it,
I did.
where they
Yeah.
picked up a random hitchhiker, and then Kaylee weirdly asked, "Don't you worry that we're
I'm going to
psychopath
murder you.
murderers?" And then got like a cheeky
He
like
didn't-
laugh,
he-
like a
he
nervous
didn't until
laugh.
she said that.
And then Tom was like, "Well, if he didn't, he does now." And
Do you know
literally,
what my-
as I was reading it in their voices as well. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Go on,
Do you know what
Sam.
my reply would have been if someone said that to me?
What?
Well, what's the chances of two serial killers being in the same car?
I've actually, yeah, that would be a good one. Oh god, that would creep you out, wouldn't it?
So I think the percentage is quite high because there has to be reasonable doubt.
I've got
There's
85.
an awful lot of reasonable doubt, and there has to be an awful lot of concrete proof.
This is true,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, if it was 50%, I think a lot of people wouldn't do it. I'm like, oh shit, there's a 50% chance of me getting caught. Yeah, maybe let's not do it. Yeah, it's probably a lot higher. Yeah,
I reckon about
crazy.
80%.
All right,
I think.
I'll go ahead. I'll stick with my 50, even though I know I'm wrong. Well, we did have somebody strongly medicated that says 97%. So let's see what the answer is.
I think it's 80.
40.
Oh,
Wow,
it's
that's
not
quite
that
low.
high. 40.
No.
Wow. So
It's
if
too
you're
high,
a
but
serial
it's-
killer,
it's still
you've
quite
got to
low.
be clever at this, like
Oh,
Dexter style.
yeah,
Clever.
they bring the average up or down.
But this is
Was it?
true, yeah.
Yeah. So like Dexter, from the TV show
Yeah.
Dexter. Yeah, no,
That's
and
good.
he's pretty good at it.
He's got skills, man.
He does. He does. But he's a good serial killer.
He is a good
Yeah,
one.
he is.
Yeah, we like that
Got
one.
mad skills.
I've never watched it.
You what, Nessa? You not seen
I've
it?
never watched it. No.
Have you
No,
not?
you're missing that. It's my
Oh,
favourite series ever.
It is worth
Is
the
it?
watch.
Are you serious? Have you
Very
watched
So
good.
he's a serial killer, but he's a good guy.
He's a
Yeah.
blood splatter analysis guy working for the Miami Metro.
Yeah.
That solves
Right.
murders before the police department does, finds out who the bad guy is, and then goes and kills them.
Yeah.
He kills the bad people only.
Yeah. And then chops them
Uh,
up.
see-
Oh,
He,
It's very
yeah,
I
he
like
good.
has,
this guy.
when he was a kid, he was involved in something really bad happened where there
Oh.
was blood everywhere. And it
Yes.
was just,
He was found in a
it kinda fucked
container,
him up.
wasn't he? Full of, and it was covered
Yeah,
in blood.
and his
Yeah.
dad, who happened to be a cop, kind of like
Adopted him, yeah.
who kind of knew what was going on,
Oh.
adopted him, saw that he had the potential of being a serial killer, and basically told him, "All right, well, you're a serial killer. Before you kill anybody, I'm going to teach you how to be one." You know what I mean? So we're gonna.
Yeah,
we're
you're only going to choose
so-
certain people. Yeah. You got to look for the
Oh
right
my
ones.
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, literally.
but it's,
it was a bit messed up,
Sounds
really,
a
when
bit
you
like
think about
Sherlock
it.
Holmes, but better.
Also, if you start watching it, you're going to have a real craving for gammon, egg, and chips.
Oh my god!
Really?
With ketchup, yeah. With ketchup,
So
yeah.
true.
Or
Yeah.
it might not be ketchup.
'Cause
It might be hot
Every
sauce.
intro, you start
actually.
getting into a craze of watching it, and then you watch the intro every time. You're just like, oh, I really fancy some.
Oh,
gammon,
it's so
egg, and
nice that they
chips
have
now.
this skip intro now.
Yeah, because otherwise you literally sit there hungry.
Because back when I watched
murders.
it didn't have that, so I had to watch those eggs
Yeah.
and ham getting sliced up
Yeah.
with the hot sauce every single time. Oh god, that's so fucking funny.
Oh, Danny's
All
just
right,
said
are we
his
waiting-
mum got chopped up with a chainsaw in front of him. Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will mess you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a good old show.
It's
there's a new
definitely
season
worth
now.
it.
Did you know that? A new one.
Is
Yeah.
there?
Did you
hear
I
about that?
see. I've only watched the first couple of seasons. I've not been able to watch the rest, but I do need to.
In my opinion, if you've watched up to like not the last one, the one before, stop there.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
watch
really?
don't watch the very last episode.
It's one of
Yeah,
those that just
just don't watch
starts
it.
getting bad. Okay.
No, it's just you get annoyed, you get angry, you get like, this is the stupid thing. Whoever fucking wrote this was a moron.
Mhm.
The last
100%.
episode, it was just like, and I'm usually easygoing. Yeah, and then like, but no, the last episode, and it was like, you fucking assholes! Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, there's. Anywho, before we go on into too much of a rant, let's find out what the next one is. All right, we only have 50 more.
Okay.
The most prolific serial killer, excluding medical professionals like Harold Shipman, was Luis Garavito La Bestia, or The Beast, who was a child killer who operated in Colombia and surrounding countries from 1992 to 1999. What was his kill count?
What was his kill
The
count?
most prolific serial killer, excluding medical professionals like Harold Shipman, was Luis.
No.
Sorry, I had it on.
No, it's all good. What was his count?
Um,
Oh, look, he operated in Colombia. He's right at home.
It's got to be quite high, hasn't it?
If he's a prolific serial killer, that means he's
see,
pretty
I don't even know what the
serious.
word prolific means.
It means he's
is the thing.
hardcore.
That's why
Hardcore serial.
he's.
High profile, yeah. I mean,
that's
someone
the
like
only way I
Jeffrey
can say.
Dahmer, he killed a lot, didn't he? But it wasn't. I don't think it's anywhere near what it could.
Did you see how Netflix made humanized Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh yeah, I've not watched
A lot
that.
of people were pissed about that. Where you feel bad for him, and you basically blame the dad. The dad could have prevented all this stuff if he just listened to him. You know, and like, yeah, poor guy, poor guy.
Poor murderer.
Yeah, serial killer. Poor serial killer.
I'd go with 120.
I'm gonna go 121. All right.
286.
286 from Chloe. All right. Jeez, that's a lot of dead bodies. How old is this dude? Okay, basically from 1992 to 1999.
He's recognised as something called the Beast, a child killer. He's got to have killed a lot of kids. Plus, there are any kids? They're tiny. You can fold them up and put them in something. You know, you'd be fine.
Suitcase.
Yeah. Just chuck out a load of suitcases. Just moving house, mate. It's all good.
Going to be looking.
Can you help me with this box over here?
I reckon about 50-ish.
Okay.
All right.
193 proven, but he's suspected of over 300, and it's hard to tell because he mostly killed street children, so it's hard to prove.
Ow.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Mostly
so
killed what?
193 proven, suspected
Street
over
people.
300. Wow. Street children. Yeah.
Damn.
They would just get messed. That's messed up, isn't it?
There's no one to miss them or to report them missing.
What was that?
That's my dog telling me there's someone outside.
There's murder outside.
There's a murder outside, yeah.
He's outside. Wow. He
right,
only served 20 years. No way.
Wow.
Well, is that because he was old? Did he die? I mean, you're put out of
Get
luck,
caught?
aren't you? If you...
Surely he got caught.
Well, yeah, he got caught, but only served 20 years. Did he die in prison or something?
No,
That's a very
Colombia,
short
20
time.
years is a long prison sentence.
Is it? I would have thought that'd be for life or... Oh, he died right before he was set to be released. Gutted.
Speaking of,
It's only a shame he didn't die from cancer.
so there's this guy from Texas. This is recently on the news now, where his wife was sleeping with somebody else, and he found out.
Right.
And he killed her in the driveway out of anger, and he only got 10 years prison in Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, and he goes up for parole in 5 years. So isn't that, basically because it was a moment of passion, a moment of anger,
Sort of
like where he
domestic,
was
yeah.
uncontrollable and all that kind of stuff. Like he wouldn't have done that normally.
I know in Italy there's an actual law. If that happens, they call it a crime of passion, and they get half the sentence that you would for a murder.
Well, it's not a pre-planned murder, like you've gone out intending to kill
It's
somebody,
just
is it?
Stress,
Right.
anger.
Yeah.
Might it be under the same category as manslaughter? Like I didn't, I didn't mean it, but my brain
My
told me
brain
to do
did it.
because,
I picked up this knife and I did stabby. Why not? It's not really something I would do, but yeah, so it's not okay to be. Yeah,
Okay,
go on, sorry.
now I want you to take a stab
literally.
at telling me what hybristophilia is.
No idea.
What?
Hybristophilia.
Hybristophilia. Is it when you touch dead people?
The urge to kill someone based on the topic.
Oh, maybe.
Interesting.
What is
there we go.
hybristophilia?
Bristol. That usually has something to do with coffee. Hybrid.
Coffee enemas.
Because a mix. I don't know. Nephilia. Philia, isn't that like something to do with sex? You're
Yeah, I was
attracted
gonna
to
say it's
something.
like
Is it a sexual
paedophilia
thing?
sort of thing, isn't
I'm
it?
gonna say it's like
Touching
someone
dead people.
wants
Sexy
to
dead
kill
people.
children.
Oh.
I say it's where people have the urge to kill baristas
Baristas?
because their coffee wasn't done correctly. All right, and
Pedophilia is what you're thinking.
what is it?
Your
Pedophilia is
wife
what-
has
what
put
you're thinking,
pedophilia
David.
is what you're thinking. So
Yeah,
she
I think it's
urged-
someone that likes to kill and then touch dead people inappropriately.
Ooh, Killing by Water by Danny.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there's specific ways
Interesting.
you can kill people, isn't there? Drowning,
Stabby.
stabby.
Dexter Morgan liked to stab people.
He likes to chop them up and stab them.
Stab them first in the heart. Watch the soul leave their eyes, and then chop them up into little bit pieces.
No, you thought this through. Fly soul.
But isn't it though? If you think of it, he like when he does do it, he's like it's like a sign of relief. I'm like, oh yeah. And then he, just. But all right, what do we go? Okay, do we need to find the answer? Or are we going to guess more?
It's a sexual thing because
I think it is.
it's the same sound as paedophilia, isn't it? So it's like being sexually aroused by murder or something like that, or by someone that's committed it.
Because some
High
people
Bristol.
can like work in a mortuary, can't they? And then there was a lady that slept with a dead man and then got pregnant from it, didn't she?
I'm sure that's the word they used for when people have gone to prison.
I'm sorry. She had sex with a dead dude.
Yeah, and got pregnant from it.
Who did?
Some random chick in America. I can't remember who it was.
How is
Honestly,
that possible?
Are you
Google
making this up
I'm
now?
not making this up. It's a true story. And then she went to prison because they were like, well, how are you pregnant? And then they did like a DNA test because they suspected it. And then it turned out that she'd slept with dead people.
I was going to say, how did he get stiff? But then he's dead, so...
He's dead,
I
he's
guess that
already
answers
there.
it.
Permanently stiff.
Would he have to pay child support?
He's already dead, isn't he?
Would that be considered rape?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It would be indecent
exposure.
something of a
Necrophilia, isn't it?
corpse, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Necrophilia. There we go. Look at you.
Pregnant from
All right.
dead man.
Okay.
I'm going to Google it.
I think Sam is a secret serial killer. That's how he knows all this stuff.
He does know a lot.
That's exactly it.
I think I'm
All right,
outing
let's
him
find it
right
out.
now.
It's a paraphilia or a sexual deviation that involves sexual attraction to criminals, which is why there was all these women at Ted Bundy's trial and the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez.
Okay.
I was halfway there, I think.
So that was...
Here, listen. Jennifer Burrows is the lady's name. She was 26-year-old morgue worker, has been arrested this morning after a DNA test revealed that her newborn child was a result of a necrophiliac intercourse with the man she was supposed to autopsy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we... I hate the fact that I'm picturing it.
Don't picture it, David. Don't go there.
How do you not picture it? You give us visual. I don't know. Okay, yeah. All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Thanks, Chloe, for that. Appreciate it.
Thought you'd like that one.
I mean, it'd be an awkward conversation for the birds and the bees, that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, wouldn't it just?
And now I'm going to leave you with just a simple fact that the majority of serial killers are white males. I see you, David. I see you. Just kidding. I love you. Bye.
I see Sam.
Yeah,
Sam's one of them.
I read somewhere that women are only 17% of all serial killers, which is, I think, is still quite high.
Yeah.
Maybe they just get away with it because nobody expects.
Yeah, we're the percentage that no one knows about that gets away with it. So there's a really high percentage or low percentage because of that.
I feel like she should have told us. Isn't there like some trucker serial killers? Isn't there a lot of those where they pick up hitchhikers? Like that would have been interesting to
bring it back round to trucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, better half. That wasn't good enough. That's what David's saying. Yeah, like, how dare you?
You should be doing a little better. Sorry,
again, most of them were in Australia because they could take them to the outback and get rid of them so easy.
I'm getting concerned about Sam moving out there at the moment. He's got way too many plans for this.
There's also in New Mexico, there's a lot of desert. There's a crazy amount of desert in America. Where Heisenberg or Walter White, he hid a lot of stuff in the middle
Trucker
of nowhere.
Joe against our company policy, so he's not guilty. So what he's saying is, if he could do it, he would. I bet half they're much harder to catch because they're usually sex workers. Yeah, I bet they are.
That's interesting. That is interesting. My wife, she does like her her what's it called?
True crime
True crime.
podcast, isn't it?
True crime stuff. I get into it when I catch her watching it on Netflix once in a while.
Yeah.
You know? I won't say catch her. I just happen to come in and she's watching it. It's not like, I caught you. You're watching your. But But then I go in and I ask them like, what's going on here? Like I'm not one of these guys. All right, change channel to what I want to watch now. No. I was like, I'll kind of sit down like. Ask my questions. I'm like, who's this? What happened there? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, hold on. Oh, he did that. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. And so he did that and this and that.
Get into it, yeah.
But then I start getting into it.
Mm.
But I usually miss the start, and she has to do a lot of catching up, and she's got her finger over the pause button every time that she thinks I'm gonna ask a question. Or sometimes she just pauses it just because she knows that David's last here. Let me just go ahead and
fill him in.
a second. It turns out that happens quite a lot.
It does. You do it on this podcast. It's like a film just goes over your eyes. You're just like, what?
Oh my! It's a good thing that we don't get as many people watching the show than listening to the show, because definitely I had to put my A game on today.
I was gonna say,
Tom.
Dave, you've been on form today.
Well, Tom, our wonderful host, who is in Cyprus, not Sicily, like I said
was
earlier.
when you said that.
We let it slide. It was fine.
So so he's going to be gone next week as well.
How long have you
Next
gone for?
week
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, just over 2 weeks.
Right, okay.
All right. So it's basically weekend to weekend kind of thing,
Yeah.
Next week we're going to have Jamma. I hope, if he can still show up and nothing happens to him or doesn't get murdered by
My salmon
serial killers.
in the meantime.
So yeah, but so it'll be. Chances are I'll be there again. I know I wasn't here last week or the week before. So last week was Nessa, Chloe.
We did very well, thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Did you listen?
I didn't congratulate.
Did you listen?
I did not.
Tell you what, though, you guys are giving me a good idea for a new sort of channel when I get to Australia now.
Yeah?
How to get away with murder in Australia. It could be quite good.
Because your statistics suck ass, so follow my channel and I'll tell you how to do
it. Would that be the whole title of the channel? Yeah. Surely you can narrow it down a little bit now, couldn't we?
You should totally do that. You could be driving in your truck saying, now, if I was a serial killer, what I'd do right now is pick up that hitchhiker, I'd roll their body off this cliff and then dump them. And then off we go.
Yeah. See that point over there where there's no tracks? This is a perfect place, but you gotta approach it from a different angle.
You should totally.
All right, because if they see tracks coming from this way, it's a good sure sign that people are actually going to go and check out. All right, so there's just
And the great thing is when people see blood on your bull bar, they just think it's a kangaroo.
Yeah. You could totally do this. This would be hilarious if you
It totally sounded like a serial killer.
It does sound like a
Do you think that they call it kangaroo? Do they call it kangaroo bars over there or bull bars?
Oh, kangaroo bars.
Definitely kangaroo.
Rhubards. They call them rhubards.
Did you?
That would be cool.
Yeah, it is.
Is that actually rhubards? That's cool.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a.
Did you ever see that video?
I love utes. Yeah, go on.
Did you ever see that video of the kangaroo had a dog in a headlock?
Well, me walked him and punched him.
The owner was punching, having like a boxing match with him.
The kangaroo's just stood there like, what the fuck's just happened here?
He just punched me. What the hell? You don't punch me. Do you know who I am? I just thought that was one of the best videos ever.
Oh, that is hilarious. Because they are fish, you would not like to get a kick out of them. They would literally kill you, probably.
But his poor dog. Which makes me think, kangaroos are very human-like when it comes to as human as you can get.
They're
kind of thing.
intelligent.
You know what I mean?
They will lead the dogs into the water and drown them.
Really? Oh.
Wow.
It's a lot of copy behavior, I reckon.
Do you guys remember Skippy, the bush kangaroo?
Never heard of it.
Chloe? Nah, I figured you were young.
No, I know.
I do always think. Oh, you do?
What's that, Skippy?
Nobody in America.
Jimmy's stuck in
Nobody
ever.
That's
something else in it.
Well, that's basically Lassie's version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't there some other animals out there too that have their own intelligence? Wasn't it
Black
Skippy?
Beauty?
No, what is that Skippy? There was a dolphin. What was a dolphin that was?
But there was Free Willy, the whale.
No, Flipper. There we go. Better half got it. Yeah. Oh, she's good. Did he solve crimes? What did Flipper do?
He was a dolphin.
I don't remember one episode of that.
Did you know though? dolphins are very intelligent. Like, I know,
True.
like,
I've
everyone
heard
knows
that.
they're very intelligent, but actually, when you look into it, they're pretty much, from what it sounds like, is they're actually pretty much on par with our intelligence, if not better. And they actually have full-blown conversations with each
They
other.
wrote that article, by the way. I bet they wrote that article.
Oh, speaking of
did.
serial killers, dolphins will murder
Oh, yes, they
children
do.
of the young dolphins just so they can have sex with the mother.
True.
Because when the mother has a child, they won't for her.
Yeah,
True story.
it's a true story. They are
Lions
the
do that as
statistic
well.
serial killer.
Wow.
Yeah, if you actually look into dolphin facts, it's quite, that episode where like everything comes true in The Simpsons, and there's that one episode where all the dolphins come onto land, and they're like, yeah, we're like really intelligent, all this. That's gonna come true, I bet you.
Because they're the only other mammal on the planet that has sex for pleasure as well, aren't they? Rather than just reproduction.
Yeah, and they have full-blown conversations, like proper dialect and everything. It's actually...
How deep can they go, I wonder?
Oh, I don't
You know,
I don't
like in a way of like, do they have, maybe they have like an entire civilization going down pretty deep down.
Oh, one of what you're talking about there,
to where-
Dave, was we're talking about sexual stuff with dolphins and saying how deep can they go. I was a little bit concerned.
Bit weird there.
That was
David's like, what can we do with this one here? But it's true. They in the chat they do kill puffer fish as well, and they play catch with them. And they can blow the best video you need to watch, which is where I learn these facts, because you see a video and you start learning really random facts, don't you, and getting interested in it. And they blow like little like rings through their hole. So they'll blow out, like they'll go up to the surface, get some air, and then they'll blow out, and then they can play and like spin it around, and it's really cool to watch. Honestly, Google it. It's like air hole rings or whatever it is. I don't know what you go with. Careful what you Google, because that could be a bit wrong. But along that line, it's definitely worth watching.
So
I was just going to say, as your wife has been Googling about serial killers, just, if anything happens to one of your neighbours, the police are going to come to her first.
Probably.
Look at her Google history.
Oh wow, maybe she went incognito.
Yeah,
if not, she's in trouble.
But I hear it doesn't matter. Even if you go incognito, your internet provider knows, your government knows, everybody. You have to really use a VPN. So if you want to go to NordVPN/JATPP, you can get a discount. Surely everyone's heard of NordVPN. Like, there's an amount of bloody YouTubers that support Squarespace and NordVPN and BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com. And like, I really got to get onto those so I can
so we can earn
start making
some
a little extra cash. But all right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we've
just quickly before we go, as we're on the story.
No, we have no time for that. We have no time. Sorry. Carry on. I thought you were going to promote something.
No, it is not promoting. It's about crime. So it was actually funny. I was talking to one of my other colleagues. I'll try and wrap this up as quick as I can. So
no, you take your time. We got nothing better to do.
Nessa, if you Google cocaine broomsticks.
Okay. Sorry.
Right. And so
just her?
Yeah. So basically, or anyone if you want to Google it. So
I am the producer, David.
Okay. So there was a bust basically in the UK where a truck driver got basically busted with a load of drug dealers because there was a load of brooms that were painted with cocaine, over £1 million worth. Turns out that the lorry driver was one of my friends and had nothing to do with the actual situation. So he picked up the container from the docks, drove up to the place, got there. The place was non-existent. It was just like a road name. And basically, he was driving around trying to find this place. He was on the phone to me at the time. And then he's gone back to the place, called the planner and said, look, can't find this place. Anyway, guys pulled up in a nice brand new Mercedes. That's all right, we'll just unload it here. So they started unloading it. Next thing you know, a load of armed police have gone running up to the cab with guns and screaming at him, get out of the cab, get out of the cab. And he's just sitting there talking to me. He's looking at when he's gone, me. And next thing I know, I just hear the door open and then shouting at him. And I'm like, what's
Oh
going
my
on?
God.
What's going on? He said, I've been arrested. I've been arrested.
Oh my God.
How long into it before he hung up?
Well, I was on the Bluetooth and then I wasn't getting an answer. So in the end, I just hung up. But yeah.
Oh, I would have kept that. I would have kept that on going on
what's
forever.
going on here?
Just in case.
So what? He didn't get done or anything, I take it.
He didn't get done. No, they explained to him they had to arrest him because they didn't want the criminals thinking that he was.
Did his pay stop?
Right.
Was he still getting paid hourly while he was arrested?
So they literally.
Honest to God, I would fight for that.
So they literally.
I would want to make sure I'm getting paid.
They had to arrest him to prove a point that he's nothing to do with the arrest, sort of thing. So he doesn't get pinned.
Yeah, because he
got arrested but not charged.
I just watched the video.
The police followed him up from the pool where we live.
I followed him all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got this job, and they're sitting in this cab watching him, and he's drove off, come back round, and they said to him in the interview, they said, we were just thinking you were going to blow our cover because you just kept driving off. We thought this isn't going to happen.
Oh no!
And eventually, they got him. So it's just thought that was an interesting story that I'd add into the end.
That is cool. Yeah, that was well worth it.
That is.
And Nessa sent a link as well for it if people want to.
I just watched the video. It's incredible.
We'll share on the socials. Then we'll share that one as well. Then for people to look at.
Holy shit!
Is your mate on that video?
No, it just shows the back end of the truck.
Doesn't want to know. Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with it. They were like, "Oh, can you do a statement?" He was like, "No way," because obviously these are drug dealers. Like, you don't know who they're involved with.
Yeah.
You don't want to get involved in that. Jesus. Especially you weren't knowing about it. That's scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very much so indeed. That is. Oh wow. Well. Wow,
that ended on such
note,
a high note. That was awesome.
On that note,
go on.
More?
Sorry, just show
interesting. Keep going. No, you.
You know how sympathetic men can be. The next day, he turns up to his truck, and somebody had sellotaped a little bag of white powder on his door.
What? Like flour
like
powdered sugar or something?
Mistake, yeah.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
So awesome.
Was it you, Sam?
Oh my God.
It wasn't.
It would have been if you thought about it, though.
Yeah, totally. That's amazing.
That's
that
crazy.
Was totally worth it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, good story.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
No worries.
Thank you, Sam, from Truck-It-Prayle. Correct?
Yep.
Oh, I never know if I'm saying that right.
Prayle, if you were ever wondering, because it is a bit of a weird one.
Go and check him out.
Yeah.
Prayle.
Yeah.
But just type out #1 trucking TikToker, and I'm sure it'll pop up right there.
Actually, type in Truck-It and you'll find me.
Yeah, there we go. Again, you can find him on YouTube, TikTok, and what was your other one?
Insta,
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yeah. But it's only
just for feet. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how in bloody name did you get this far? And we will see you next time. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I am David. I am your host today, as well as the editor and the guy who pretty much tells everybody what to do, even though they don't want to do it. And of course, we have Chloe. Thank you very much, Chloe. And thank you very much to Sam from Truck-It-Prayle. Also, thank you so much to our Patreons. Nessa. Sorry. Nessa, thank you so much. Appreciate everything that you do for the podcast. Really do. Okay? So, I would like to thank the Patreons. I think I have a list in front of me, and I'm going to thank them. So, our mega supporters, who gives us the absolute most money they can possibly afford, I really appreciate it. We have Arthur Job. Wait a second. Fluid89. Hey, he's a new guy. He just showed up 2 weeks ago. We have Ginger Mother Trucker. I'm having an orgasm. Jack Goodwin. John Brown. Justin Reaney. Miller's World. Mihal. Phil Starkey. Suck My D. Skip Dude. And Stephen Patterson. Oh, sorry. Trucker Soud and Trucker Colin. Those guys are our mega supporters. And thank you very much. We have our other tier as well. We have who happen to like us 50% less, but we still love you guys. We have Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Reese, Trucker Joe, and Danny Flynn, the W Anchor. Thank you very much. And I love your names, by the way. I don't hate you guys at all, like the rest of the crew
Beautiful
say.
names.
I think you're absolutely fantastic. You can, if you want anybody who isn't a supporter on, or who is giving us money on Patreon, you can also support us by going to salmonslap.com, where you can buy merchandise. You can. What does he say, Chloe? What is
TikTok?
Does he normally?
Facebook?
Is it TikTok? Is it Facebook?
Insta?
Is it called Insta?
Well, Instagram.
Instagram. Okay,
Yeah.
it's Instagram. You can go to Instagram.
Yeah,
Just say
you can
Instagram.
Go to salmonslap.com.
Is life so short that you just want to say Insta?
It's
just
the
can't
cool
say
thing
gram?
to say. It's the cool thing
Then
to
why
say.
are
is
you saying
Insta.
it?
Because I'm cool. Fuck you.
Okay, fair enough.
She's down with the kids.
But anyway, seriously, I appreciate everybody. We have Sam again, and we have Tom that'll be here in 2 weeks' time, and that'll be it. So, bye-bye.